I have an idea of how that shit got misinterpreted. I have an idea of how that shit got misinterpreted. And I was listening to Kunta of what he was saying when he talked about the CG shit, when he talked about the Crip gang shit. Like, I would peep and see Kunta call Gumby Crip. But Gumby standing on business of telling y'all, hey, cuz I'm not even no Crip. I'm a criminal. He's standing on business of saying like, yo, what you saying, Mike? Right, but like, I'm not even none of that you talking about. I know what it feels like to be miscommunication. I know what that feel like. Bob, you know what I'm saying? I know what it feel like to be riding some, you real as a everybody gonna scratch, everybody gonna, hey, but y'all politics up. I know what it feel like.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.
Mr. Rooster.
Ain't it mine?
You back again.
Back in this.
Man, let's get right to it, Rooster. You know, my channel is primary, you might want to say gang right now. No glorification, but it's yeah, you know, it's a lot of education being going on the Bob Report with the gangs. You've been watching my content, you know. What do you think about what's funny, man?
Ah, man,
hold on, look, you coming from what you come from, which, you know, do you know anything about that, what you've been seeing on the Bob Report?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. It's just in my lifestyle, you know, it's really none of my business, but from day one, from what I am, you know, so I am what I am and what I'm not, I'll never be. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot about it, but it's, you know, I don't really voice opinions and like that, but we here, we just politicking. I'm straight, I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I think Pimping ain't got no form of gangsterism in it. They some fools. You know what I'm saying? We just go set that in stone right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you think pimping don't fall under the laws of street gangster shit, hey man, I don't give a who you is, how you take it. Hey man, pimping is gangster shit. I don't give a now it might not be gang banging shit, but it is a formality of gangster shit. Gangster is a Sicilian word.
Right.
It comes, it's an Italian word, Sicilian word. Gangster is crime boss.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Now, gang banging is two different politics from just, you know what I'm saying, pimping and gang banging. That's two different politics. But I am a GD from day one of me jumping off the porch. I'm GD. And I do have my ear to the streets, and I do have my ears to, it's just something that I'm influenced by. I'm never gonna detach myself all the way from the gang life. I'm always be intrigued by it. I'm always know what's going on. I'm always want to take a look into the shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah.
Let me ask you this, Rooster. Would you say that you found out about a lot of the different gangs and the sets over America through your lifestyle? Like having to know what's going on where you at?
I'm gonna say because of who my friends were in this lifestyle of pimping, I got a lot of friends from Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I've had hoes from Los Angeles. I've had hoes from Compton. I've had this, you know what I'm saying, that's from all these different places in California or around the globe, bro. And you know what I'm saying, you gonna stumble up on where the they from.
Right.
You gonna hear some shit that you might have not thought you had business hearing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna engage in certain shit. You gonna give advice to certain shit. You gonna voice your opinion to certain shit. If it's your loved one, you know what I'm saying? You gonna talk about certain shit. Cause you gonna relate to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them gang members. I'm a gang member. I just ain't from out there. Just like I got partners from Chicago. I'm a GD. Relate to me like, damn, they on the same type of time I'm on. I'm GD from Chicago, and it's the motherland for the GDs, and this all the way from Texas. He from the South, and they on the same accord we on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
do you think that the GDs, the BDs, you know, if you want to speak on them, like the politics get misconstrued from the top to the bottom? Because you know, in some of the Crips and the Bloods, like it's different things going on that's, you know, have confusion.
yeah,
mixed
I
with
mean
it.
the Crip and the Blood. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm not no Crip or no Blood. I'm not no Hoover. I'm not none of that. I'm GD. But the politics of what's going on right now, far as the DFW, but I'm gonna say Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching wind of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's right there in my face.
Right.
I'm seeing it every day. I'm hearing it. Because I'm in the streets. I'm hearing what's going on. But you know what I'm saying? And you know, and I know a lot of what's going on. And you know what I'm saying? I have my thoughts, but like I said, like I don't want to get into no smoke with nobody. Like what Gumby say, they speaking on Hoover business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't speaking. Hey man, I voice an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their own opinion, man.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Yeah,
I fuck with Gumby and I fuck with Kunta, man. Them cool.
Right.
I like Gumby. I like Gumby. He make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? He make a lot of sense.
What sense do Gumby make?
When I say he make a lot of sense, far as him speaking on his neighborhood, as far as he speaking on that groove line,
right,
he makes a lot of sense. Cause I know about them dudes. You know what I'm saying? I have partners from them groove lines, man, from Figaro.
Yeah.
I have partners from that shit, you know. You know, the Blade in LA is Fig. That's they hood.
Right.
So I've had to sit around certain guys and listen to them and get to know them and shit like that, you know.
You been in the Hoovers?
I've been in the Hoovers before. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in the Hoovers. The Blade is in the Hoovers.
The Blade is in the Hoovers.
Figaro is in the Hoovers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have partners from the Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? But I you know, I ain't gonna sit here and say, hey man, I sat back and kicked it with him, stayed the nights with him and shit like that. Nah, but I've shook hands with him from Hoover. You know what I'm saying? I've like spoke to him like that, you know. But never on that gang politics, but like just saying what's up, like brushing shoulders with them, like man, I'm from Hoover and this and that, you know. So like I already.
You ended up in LA working. How long were you there?
The first time week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
First time a week and a half straight, and the second time about 3-4 days, and you know what I'm saying, the third time just 2 days.
So
I've only been 3 times my whole life.
So
you Bay 1 time.
You feel like that ain't enough time to know what's going on out there?
Yeah, obviously the way I've been operating in my life down south as being a gang member down south and having to know Chicago politics and LA politics is right there in my face. Like if you taught right,
right,
you know what I'm saying? If you being taught right, if you know guys that's really plugged in with the land and you know, it's enough to know what the going on. But like I said, man, I've had women in my life that was from these neighborhoods.
Right.
And you know, and if the woman know, like yeah, man, my some pimping, I'm paying the pimp, I'm a hoe. But still, I sometimes tend to like, I can relate to them, they gang members. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to them. I can relate to some of my that been gang members.
Oh yeah.
From these hoods. You know what I'm saying? And I can relate to them and I can talk to them and shit. My hoe sit back, she telling me about what the fuck going on in her neck of the woods.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And I hear so much going on, and it's like shit.
Well, it's most of the I ain't gonna say the most of the cities and states you've been to, but when you go to these cities in these states, is it gang banging in every one of them?
Nah,
it's not.
No, it's more of the YN trend. So that's just a thing. The ski mask trend, the shiesty mask trend is just the thing now. Is in cliques, and it don't even be in cliques. It don't even be having no structure amongst they cliques. Me crossing each other over. It be a bunch of car. Every man for themselves. They just riding with that, just catching a ride.
Right.
And just catching the thrill. It's like they getting high off the thrill of crash out. It ain't even not even structured. Them not even give. Them to park their car and get out and might shoot his partner in the back of his head as soon as they get out the car. Like it's kind of in a lot of cities it's just that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, man. I said it. I said to this day, shout out to the funk, cause like I'm not gonna sit here.
Some people don't know what that is. You got to say what that is.
Funk is Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. I'm country in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I'm back from here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the funk because them gang banging on LA time.
Right.
Like you said, they in a feud right now with a particular set that they feel that people feel like ain't gang banging on they groove and not right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That they feeling like, you know what I'm saying, I know about that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to speak on their business, Gumby. I ain't trying to speak on y'all business, groove. You know what I'm saying? I just know about it. But Gumby don't even know. I with Gumby, he make a lot of sense. And cause I understand something like that. Because us with the G's, when something's put out, that's put out. That's the protocol. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when something is set in stone, that's set in stone. Nationwide. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So
how could something be get confused? What do you think? Like how could it get?
You want and you know, bro, I did a lot of watching I did a lot of watching P I did a lot of watching P with that Fathers Hoover Gangster Crib and then that Fathers Hoover Crib Gang.
Okay.
Hey man, I don't want none of you to come lock up over me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem.
Nah, they could be good.
I don't know. But hey, I have an idea of how that shit got misinterpreted. I have an idea of how that shit got misinterpreted. And I was listening to Kunta of what he was saying when he talked about the CG shit, when he talked about the Crip Gang shit. My opinion, and I'm not saying this is facts, I believe, for example, we're going to say for example, I believe a that was from Fathers Hoover Gangster Crip in the land when they started coming to Fort Worth, I have a feeling that they would speak on their kinfolks that was also from other Hoover sets, but them were from criminal gang. And, you know, and I believe that just ran with hearing criminal gang and just really wasn't, and you know, he wasn't breaking down like, hey, we Fathers Hoover Gangster Crib, but this is non-deuce Hoover criminal gang, or this is 107 Hoover criminal gang. And from my research, I don't know, I'm not speaking on Hoover business. I am speaking on their business, but I'm just giving like what I've seen, what they're putting out. Because the Hoovers are putting out a lot of information about they set these days. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, 107 went back to Crip, from what I'm saying, or a lot of them stayed criminal gang. But I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. That's how easy a misinterpretation can, you know what I'm saying? Misinterpretation can happen. That's how easy that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Come all the way to Fort Worth, Texas, and he was just like, they all Fathers. He done put all his little homeboys around Fort Worth, Fathers Hoover Gangster Crib, and they sitting back and he like, yeah, man, what's his name? That's my cousin from for example, from non-deuce Hoover criminal gang. And just not hearing him say, like, what did you say? Did you say Hoover criminal or did you say Hoover Crip? You know what I'm saying? It could be that easy. Not saying that's what happened, but
they coming to get you, Rooster.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming to get you.
That could have happened, and a nigga's got it falsified, and it's like, man, he heard that, and or like a standing around, and hey, man, his OG probably gave him a little bit of five deuce knowledge, and he heard about criminal gang, and he just ran with that. It could happen. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying it could have happened. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Like a lot of think we slow down south.
Right.
And that is the prime example of thinking we be slow down south. You know what I'm saying? A nigga hearing that shit and it get switched around. You get what I'm saying, P?
Yeah, because there are no criminals in Fort Worth.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not none. And you know, a lot, if you really active with the gang, a lot of know what the criminal sets are. You know what I'm saying? They all are Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. They all are Hoover. I respect Bloods, Crips, Hoovers, Pyrus. I respect everything. I respect gangsters, period. You know what I'm saying? I respect gang members.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even know it's a lot of gang members that say, hey, P, don't call me no gangster. Because they beef with gangster sets. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I respect gangsters and I respect gang members. I respect all of this shit. But with Kunta and Gumby, my opinion, P, from me, observing what's been going on your platform, P, you know, I fuck with them guys, I fuck with them men. But understanding from both ends, from both parties, it's lacking. It's some lack of understanding.
On who?
But you got on both,
on.
but you got, in my opinion, I understand the fuck out of Gumby, bro. I understand the fuck out of Gumby. And then Kunta just not having no understanding to like, hey, let me get that right though. Let's get that right, because that's wrong. And it's more like a pride thing with Kunta. He been doing it like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Been doing it like this, cuz. Like, been doing it like this. Like, I would peep and see Kunta call Gumby crib. But Gumby standing on business of telling y'all, hey, cuz I'm not even no crib. I'm a criminal. He's standing on business of saying like, yo, what you saying might rock, but like, I'm not even none of that you talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like you heard them old, man, check his crippin', you know. But anyway, it just.
Nah, you know, you have Gumby and Kunta coming to get you on here, man.
They not gonna come get me, cause I'm the type of, I'm GD. I'm the type of set both them guys down, and I'm gonna mediate this, and I'm gonna say, hey, this is what he trying to say, cause they not gonna get nowhere around each other. They not gonna get nowhere. They not gonna get to the bottom of it. They not gonna have no understanding to each other. But in a sense, Gumby, in a sense, got a right to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like man, I'm from a country ass town. I'm from here, Texas. Then to click out, I'm from the Yola gang. Like how I'm gonna feel if I see meet a nigga from Lincoln, Nebraska, talking about he my from here, Texas, he doing it like that. And I'm like, hey, P, we don't even do it like that. I'ma understand that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit that they got going on, I understand it, Bob. That's all I'm saying. It's Hoover business. It ain't even my business, but they putting people in their business though. When they decided to get on the camera and talk about what's going on with Hoover right now, they put civilians in the business, they put other sets in the business, they put other gangsters in the business, they put people in the business to be able to take a look and peep and have an opinion.
Right.
Just like on GD, he was a nigga. I watched, we did the live broadcast with my first segment with you. And coming to comment, he the only comment. Crips don't even fall under the 6. Knew who the fuck they did. I don't know if you seen it.
I seen it.
Man coming, that nigga said, "New Crips don't even follow the 6-point star." Nobody even said they did.
Right.
Who the fuck said they did? Or did you come on this interview? Did you hear me say that I was a Crip and I got 6s out on? I'm not a Crip. I'm GD. But right now, again, right now, I am speaking of Hoover business. Because the Hoover business, I'm being entertained by the segments, by the platform of the Bob Report.
Right.
That's letting me, that's filling me in, and I like it. It's intriguing.
Right.
That's letting me know what's up with the goddamn me, the groove line. What's going on with it. Cause see, I was a Schoolboy Q fan, music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn me. I listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Top Dog, ENT. I was listening to them guys.
Right.
You know? So, you know, shout out to Smack. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Smack.
Smack probably don't even remember when he first met me out here in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Him. All the man Smack. Who that? What's bro name from Kansas Block? TF. Traffic. All them, man, I met all them guys from Fire Deuce.
Do you have any family from anywhere in LA?
Yeah, Compton, Santana Block. My cousin, my big cousin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Santana Block. Yeah. And I'm very close with him. My cousin Gino Bowles, he was Santana Block.
He's from Compton.
He just you know, just like the big old controversy with everybody, Crips being from the South and from California. My cousin is just like that. His dad's side is from Compton. His dad's side of the family, they from Compton. Like how I told you on my last interview with you. I tell you when I seen my cousin and them come out in them hair, they got them on, them shirts open like this, and them khakis on, them chucks on. We were liking that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You like, damn, get it. My big cousin, I was say, yeah, what's up, cuz? And you hearing talk like that. You know, I just didn't, you know what I'm saying?
First heard that "What's up, cuz," how did that make you feel to never have heard it before?
Well, shit, we heard it on movies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody watched South Central back in the day. When I was a little boy, I was bad. My mom and dad, they would let me watch gangster shit. Remember on the movie South Central with J Rock? My original name is J Rock. My original gang name is J Rock. You know what I'm saying? And you remember little J Rock on South Central? J Rock, what's up, cuz? What that dude's like, right? We were turned up as a little boy, being my cousins. Right. We were turned up when we heard that shit. You know what I'm saying? We were like, damn, them young slanging dope. They doing this. What he say? Right and burying the beans. Them little boys, they sitting there, cause we were little boys being bad as hell, sitting on the green box.
Right.
In the apartments. Sitting on it, you know what I'm saying? We were doing it. My little partner, I never got into the stealing shit. But you know what I'm saying? But my little partner was stealing and shit. Breaking in the cars and doing all that type of shit. We were calling ourselves a gang. You know? So all that type of shit was intriguing to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I don't want them boys to clash. I don't want Kunta and Gumby to clash, and just at the end of the day, they black men. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I understand both sides. That's what I want to get understood. Gumby, I understand you. And motherfucking Kunta, I understand you. I understand both y'all. Right. Some gotta give. You know what I'm saying?
That right there is you know, the guys in Fort Worth, they've been doing it how they've been doing it with that particular set for, I would say, at least close to 30 years, if not longer.
Yeah, and what was crazy, I've met some fire dudes out of Fort Worth who are fire dudes who were gangster Crip though.
For sure.
I have met guys from Fort Worth who like, hey man, I'm really that. You ever hear the guys talk about, you know what I'm saying, the Shreveport situation? Mm-hmm. Them dudes are really programmed. Right. The fire dudes out of Shreveport, them boys are on one accord with California. From what I seen. Right. I seen the old head on the, you know what I'm saying, on the documentary. And
you been watching.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I seen you had a short of Kunta when I first met Kunta. Mm-hmm. When the first time I ever met him, and he asked me if I was a GD. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he went and he got in his stance. You know what I'm saying? But he was left over right though when he had came. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, he's a low. Right. Nose bang to the left. You know the G, we do everything to the right. You know what I'm saying? We do everything to the right. The black flag, the blue flag to the right. You know, we rocking bandanas as a child. I said in one of my songs, I said we bang that blue to the right. Thought we was false claiming. GD folks, you know what I'm saying? GD folks without my screaming. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll see that blue and see that, you know what I'm saying? And he like, nah, he banging to the right. And GD. You know what I'm saying? So, but when Kunta asked me, when Kunta started talking about, goes back to that comment when me and you was watching the segment earlier. Mm-hmm. And said, man, Crips don't even fall under the 6. They don't. At all. And I don't want nobody to think anybody over here green to the fact. I don't want nobody to think anybody is some peewees around this thinking Crips ride under the 6-point star. They don't. But the gangster card down south adopted a lot of the concept and the ideology of the GDs. They're not saying they're GDs. They're not saying, oh, we're under these particular concepts. They just paid homage to the 6. Right. So if you see a lot of Crips, what you would call, how you refer second generation Crips, how you were speaking on that day, you will see them with the 6-point star tatted on them. That doesn't mean they're GD, and that's just some Southern shit. That's just some South shit. You get what I'm saying? No, that 8 ball does not exist anymore. And a lot of people feel like, hey man, the 8 ball never existed. That was some jailhouse shit. You do have people that's gonna say that. You do have
Why you
people
think they say that?
It was a jailhouse trend. You know what I'm saying? Like the blue train. It was
What's the blue train?
like you know, or we all following the blue flag. Or the, you know what I'm saying, GD, we ride blue and black. You know what I'm saying? So you coming in the jailhouse and niggas thinking, you know, let's say for example, let's say you out in Mississippi or out in Georgia somewhere and they arrested you back in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. You see all these young in blue and gray and got on Georgetown Hoyas shit
Right.
and got on royal blue brims and shit. You think you just arrested a whole bunch of Crips? You just arrested a whole bunch of 7-4. That's GD. So you go and you keeping them safe. You throwing them in a Crip pod. You know what I'm saying? When reality, like, you know what I'm saying, that's a Midwest gang. In reality, it's done trickled down to the South, and because you know you done put a lot of and got a lot of. It's like
that's how the 8-ball came about.
Yeah, we not exactly. We're not Crips at all. We're not Crips at all. Never said we was. You know what I'm saying? But you do have Crips that be riding Crip and they knowledge is twisted up and they think they own nothing but GD knowledge. Man, I went through this shit as a child, as a kid. That's like level 1 shit as a gang member. You know what I'm saying? That man, they think they Crip, they don't even make their mind up. They don't know if they lokes or they don't know if they folks. Nah, we just cool with Crips, B.
Right.
Because of what they, you know what I'm saying? Because of
Is that the lokes and the folks thing?
Yeah, the folks and lokes, the folks and lokes thing. And it was just a trend. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, my big homies, they gonna tell you like, hey, that ain't none of our business. And it ain't. Crips and Bloods ain't none of our business. It's not. It's none of the GD's business. You know what I'm saying? Just back in the, you know, that YouTube era, just that MySpace era, start seeing the blue and the black. Them, they some Crips. They some kind of Crips. No, not at all. Not at all. You know, Chicago gangs have color guards too. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I think the BDs, I think they used to ride red and blue. Back in the Gap, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I think they rode red and blue at a time.
Where did you get the GD from?
South Carolina. When I first ever moved to South Carolina, and that's a crazy story. And I don't once caught no controversy with that on how I was introduced to that shit.
Controversy with who? With yourself?
I mean, see, with anybody. I would start no controversy with that. Yeah, but I ran into some at a young age, and I was from Texas. You know, I'm be real, listen, I wasn't even, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was banging shit, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even on nobody hood. I wasn't even on nobody, but it was cuz this and cuz that. You know what I'm saying?
You?
Yeah, it was that at a time. And then I was enlightened by the GDs and said, because look, when I got that GD protocol, it made sense. My daddy had just went to prison. It's just me and my mama. You know what I'm saying? The protocol made sense. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like the teachings, it made sense. It raised me. It taught me how to be a man. It taught me how to be fearless. It taught me how to be content. It taught me how to be respectful. You understand what I'm saying, bro? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It made sense, P. It just made a lot of sense. So, but, bro, them, in my opinion, when somebody say, hey, do it right, because I've been in Kunta before.
How can they be doing it wrong?
I was in Kunta before, P.
How they doing it wrong?
Because I was 274 when I came in. When I was introduced to the disciples, I was 274. And I was approached by, which is my big folks now, which is my nigga. So, say CT 1312 to my ringing, man, to Big Zoe, man. He came to me at school. And all my partners, we right there in this lunch. We ain't even in the cafeteria, we in the courtyard. I'm going to school up there. I'm from Texas. I'm in school up there. I'm quiet in the at the time. I'm at school. And my Rizzo come to me, he say, oh, what y'all boys is? We look at that, 274, GD. And he said, oh, you boys fake. Then he say, you boys fake. I said, what? He said, yeah, y'all boys gonna drop that deuce. I was like, what? He said, hey, man, the B on y'all shit. He said, y'all niggas ain't no black gangsters. He said, y'all ain't none of that. I'm like, looking at my partner, he was like, hey, he get at me, say, you J-Rock? I'm like, yeah. He said, I know you from Texas, right? I was like, yeah. He said, yeah, your whole shit fake. I say, what? He said, yeah, man, hey, you can either get with me, we could talk about this shit, and you could drop that B, you could drop that BGD shit, and you could file GD with me. Me. I said, we can go to this back gate and we can line that shit up and we can look at this shit.
That's what he told you?
Hey, that's what I did. I went to that back gate with my and you know, and my Renzo, this was one of my best friends to this day. I love this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We went to that motherfucking, shout out to them South Carolina, man. Shout out to them OPT, man, them old Persevere, man. He was from old Persevere. I'll never forget this. Our school was in the Woodfield neighborhood. Went to Richmond Northeast High School, which a lot of if you know what I'm saying, I know a lot about South Carolina, go tap into this interview. If you know anything about Woodfield Park, Greater Woodfield, you know what I'm saying? Woodfield is really the town right there. Dentsville and Woodfield is really the town. That's my second hood. When you take Texas out of me being up there, Greater Woodfield Dub FP is tatted on me. That's why I was quoted on with the GDs. That's a real community. That is a real historic black community.
In South Carolina.
In Columbia, South Carolina. And Renzo told me, he said, nigga, we'll come to that back gate and line up. The back gate was a gate that led to the neighborhood of Woodfield, of the school. The school is in Woodfield. Richmond Northeast High School is in Greater Woodfield Park. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of that school, my homies, they said, say, folk, you really gonna line that shit up with that big ass? Mind you, Renzo was about 6'2", about 240 pounds when we was kids. We in high school, P. I'm 10th grade.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I know what it feels like to be miscommunication. I know what that feel like, Bob. You know what I'm saying? I know what it feel like to be riding some. You real as a everybody gonna scratch. Everybody gonna, hey, but y'all politics up. I know what it feel like. You understand what I'm saying? So I get to that back gate, and me and Renzo, we looking at each other. And my gangster behind me, he looked at Renzo's face. Renzo really liked me. He wanted to see if I was going to show up to that back gate, and I did.
Right.
And he really liked me, and he said, "Fo, just trying to correct you, gangster." You know what he told me? He said, ain't nobody standing around you in the that put you on 50 years old. Ain't none of them from Chicago. Ain't none of them. And it made sense to me, P. It made sense. I had to understand. I said, so damn, to be BGD, he was like, bro, those guys are older guys. And nobody has been put on the BGD. He said, everybody GDs. Or you had that was insane GDs. You had that was BDs. You had
So it changed over the years.
Way before me or you know what I'm saying, could even that was a, if you go to old interviews of guys that's BGD, they all old enough to be our dads, P.
Right.
Some of them are old enough to be our grandfathers.
Right.
That was their thing. Like that was no more. They wasn't putting guys different states in BGD. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, I know what it feel like to be misguided. I know what it feel like to be wrong. So after that night, I was getting my together to get reevaluated for this G.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was getting my together to be, hey man, it ain't corresponding like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is telling me wrong, and this guy right here is trying to help me and correct me, but he came with I ain't gonna just say he came with violence, but he came with firmness. You understand what I'm saying, Bob? He came with firmness, P, to let me know that, hey, it's gonna be a problem if y'all don't drop the BGD shit. Because y'all in my hood saying this shit, and my hood is this. Ain't nobody over here.
Right.
Is, you know what I'm saying?
I'm listening to you speak, Rooster, and it made me think of that G Herbo song when he's saying somebody, I can't catch it, so if you can correct me.
I used to be a G Herbo fan. Like,
what you mean used to be?
I don't support him no more.
Why?
I don't. He talk crazy in his song. And
G Herbo?
He talk crazy.
What'd he do?
Well, my favorite song for about the first minute and 30 seconds is that every day some new shit, beefing with my. I remember when I first heard this. I remember when I first heard G Herbo going out. Every day some new shit, beefing with my. Did you ever hear, man? You hear that shit come on in the club? I'm like, damn. I say that her riding this. And then he come in there. I'm so GDK in, and I'm like, whoa, damn, brother, you just lost a fan. You just lost a fan there, brother. Because don't you know this GD nationwide, and everybody not on Chicago politics. And I don't even know what G Herbo bang. I'm not into dissing him back because, like I said, P, I'm a GD from the South. I never even had a fist fight with a vice lord in my life.
Do you know any
Yes.
You got any friends in Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a lot of homies from Chicago. I got plug brothers from Chicago, and I got brothers that still gangster disciple. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of brothers, excuse me, I got a lot of brothers from Chicago that will still say, hey man, I'm GD, I'm a gangster disciple, man, because I'm from over east. Or I'm from the 69th and Harvard. I got a lot of brothers that's gonna still kick some shit like that. And I got brothers that's plugged, you know what I'm saying? That's really, you know, I got brothers that's, you know, that's really politicking for positivity.
Right.
And then I got homies that's still kicking up shit, you know what I'm saying? That's terrorizing shit.
Have you ran into any other pimps that were GDs or BDs or vice lord? Many? Yeah.
Yeah, many. I used to get a lot of backlash for it. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? I used to get a lot of, man, y'all niggas gang banging pimps. Y'all niggas gang banging pimps. Like, you know, the LA pimps get a lot of backlash from it. They get called gang banging pimps and shit. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come from something.
Right.
9 times out of 10, a lot of the pimps from Los Angeles, them from a hood. Them be from Crip and Blood sets or Hoover sets. You know what I'm saying? 8 times out of 10, the pimping out of Memphis, them nigga GD or vice lord.
Oh yeah.
Bottom line, the pimping out of Memphis, all my Memphis partners, them either GD or vice lord.
Speaking of Memphis, let me ask you this: where do you think pimping started at?
I believe it's I believe it's set in stone in the Memphis niggas.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they say they started, but you know Oakland got a strong claim
New
too.
York, they'll say, but the Meccas, my opinion, we always say that, Pete. The Meccas.
So Rooster, they say if the pimping started in Memphis, the game started in Oakland. What you know about that?
Man, it's always gonna be a debate and a battle of where this shit come from, man. But this shit come from, man. Mostly everybody come from the South. Black people in America, man, come from the South.
Right.
We just go just like the shit we talk about with the game,
right?
The shit. Everybody roots revert back to the South, and it's gonna revert back to the South.
Right.
So, man, Pimping was through slavery. Pimping, that's old in the morning. Let's go back to the Bible.
What you mean? You know the Bible, Rooster?
A little bit.
Where you see some pimping in the
Sarah and
Bible?
Abraham. Sarah and Abraham, man, that nigga Abraham did some pimping. If that's don't give me the line, but if I think that's the name, Abraham. Genesis 19:19 or Genesis 20:20. It'll story when he told him, hey man, we gonna tell you my sister. They gonna let me live. They gonna smoke me. He trying to get past the Egyptians.
Right.
They were trying to get free. They were trying to get to where they was going. The Egyptians wasn't finna have it. They were gonna smoke him, and they gonna have their way with her. Man, they did some pimping to get by them niggas. He said, man, we gonna tell them you my sister. And they either gonna give me they either gonna put me on the army, or they either gonna, we finna gamble this shit. They either go, but we finna get past these Egyptians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's who it was, I think it was the Egyptians.
I don't really. I know a few things about the Bible. I ain't too well versed in it.
But yeah, they was gonna kill him, bro. And he, you know what I'm saying? He said, told Sarah, Sarah was, she, it don't go into detail. We would never know. We don't know the Bible. We don't know how it's, you know what I'm saying, blaspheming and
I need to get you a Bishop Eli. He know that the Bible.
yeah.
You know Bishop Eli?
Yeah.
I need to get you with old Bishop.
I do. You know what I'm saying? But, and it's many other stories that was pimping in the story. If you leave it to me, Jesus, I feel like Jesus was, Jesus was some game. Was some
What?
Yeah. You know how many people was like, man, I ain't rocking with him. And you know how many people was like, hey, man, I'm finna go see what this nigga talking about. That's just like a hoe do a pimp. A pimp, he kick his spiel to a whole bunch of people. Jesus doing the same. He kick his spiel to a whole bunch of people. And two, three people sit right there and be like, I'm finna with you. That same thing with the people in the home. Man, you would kick your shit to 10 bitches tonight. One of them hoes, I believe you, P. And I'm gonna with you. I'm finna go give you my money. It's just like,
so let me ask you this.
It's just like seeing Jesus, goddamn.
Is that what, when they say some of the preachers get called pimps?
Yeah. People not believing them, or people thinking like they out for your money. But you got some preachers that's really out for, because he just wants to take care of his tabernacle. He wants to get his church together. Come with this money and da-da-da-da-da. Just like you got good pimps and bad pimps. You got hoe hustlers, and then you got that's some game for real. You know what I'm saying? That's like same with the pastors. Shit. You might be with a pastor that's a goddamn tabernacle hustler.
Yeah.
And you got some guys that's really about that tabernacle. Hey man, we need to keep the lights on in here. Hey man, the water, the kids drinking the water fountain in the water, rusty in the water there. We need to get the pipes fixed. We need to get the bathrooms fixed. We need it. Then you got that here shit. You seeing it in his car. You seeing it in his old lady.
Man, when I was living in Atlanta, I seen I forgot the church, man. I seen a pastor pull up in a helicopter in real life.
Yeah.
And landed in front of everybody.
I ain't finna listen to it. Me personally, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you the messenger. I don't think you the messenger for me. I ain't gonna listen to it if you coming like that. Cause in my eyes, you doing all that, and you got these one court. You need to be out there on this concrete. We need to be knocking some dick.
How you think any of them used to live like that?
Man, it's a lot of pastors, man, that come from the streets.
Yeah.
That been pimps and shit. And a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of them guys, man, that it's a lot of pimps turned pastors. Everybody, Bishop, the cliche story of Bishop being a pastor. Shit, he know.
Who, Bishop Eli?
He know. Nah.
Oh.
Don't want.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't want know their word.
Yeah,
for
he
real.
do.
Don't want know their word for real. It's a lot of guys in the church, in his campaign in the church, they know their word for real, bro. Them boys real, holy roller. Man, it's some of them guys over there, they don't allow they hoes to cuss. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had a big time, and that she had said or something, and I was like, I apologize, daddy. I was like, you apologize for what? She was like, I ain't gonna cuss in front of pimps. What? Like, hell nah, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be over here with that hoe. Don't be over here with that shit with me. You ain't gotta do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's switch the topic, Rooster. The rap game has seen his fair share of, I guess you want to call it, pimp rappers. Some good, some bad. What is there any other? Has there ever been an instance where a rapper has portrayed the pimp, but he wasn't pimping?
I mean, they them once you start rapping and catching fame, they gonna say you ain't did no pimping anyway. That's just what everybody gonna say. So you'll never know unless you stood side by side that pimp and pimped with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never know. But like one thing that that I done been through, and I'm gonna get it because it is. But so I'm an entertainer now. Bottom line, like I'm gonna get it now. But he up there talking about gang bang and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it now, and I'm now a public figure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna get that period of rapping like a but is he pimping for real? It's like, but I will say who fucked me up, who I didn't know that was no pimping for real. And he said it out of his mouth was Keem Casanova, Akeem Ali. He just a hell of a rapper and can kick that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've heard him out of his mouth say, nah, man, I don't work no hustle for real. I ain't no pimp for real.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? But like he was honest about it. He wasn't, but like far as saying that they rap and man, the community gonna get you shit, period. They gonna say, you ain't no pimping. We ain't never even did it. We ain't never even. They gonna say that about every last take off with the pimp rap. Is he pimping though? I never seen him.
Do you think it's harder?
Give my big bro so much hell, bro, and you know who y'all is. Y'all niggas fucking haters. Give my nigga Rollo so much. Rollo the pimp.
Right.
I ain't never I get hated on, but my Rollo the pimp, my nigga get hated on. Big bro get hated on.
In the rap game?
Yes. No, in the community.
In the community.
Oh, you wasn't even. I'm talking about as soon as they see him, they niggas break like break. Oh.
Do you think that the pimp rap is accepted? Is accepted in the rap game?
It's flourishing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's flourishing. But no, at first, no, it's not. Because in my city, I'm just like Pimp and Bun. They was from Port Arthur, they ripped that H. I'm from Hill, Texas, and I ripped that D. You know what I'm saying? I ripped that Dallas because that's what got me paid and I was born in that. But I am in the DFW, I'm DFW paid. You are not finna hear nobody talk about my numbers, my streams, nothing, and they're real and they're authentic. Ain't nothing bought, ain't nothing Google ad, nothing. I ain't never even had to do it. And I did that on purpose, not saying I shouldn't do it. I just did that on purpose because I wanted to see.
Right.
Baboon Pimping at 500,000 views right now. That whole 3 years old. That was accumulated that off shares. That is a natural organic view. That's why when I be seeing these million views and I be like, that views bought that nigga line. Because you can go all the way over here to Houston, Texas, only 3 hours away from Dallas, and never heard that song.
Yep.
It's 2 million people in Dallas. So you telling me this 3 million plays and a nigga in Houston don't know who the fuck you is and you right up 45? So yeah, man, it get hated on. You know what I'm saying?
You say it's flourishing now.
It's flourishing though. Like, cause if you turn on any song, it's a nigga talking about breaking a beat.
Right.
He's saying it. And shout out to Finesse. I ain't even gonna lie, Finesse 2 times. Finesse 2 times, Sauce. Them really was like the guys, the high level guys that everybody know that was, you know what I'm saying, besides the main, besides like Sugar Free, Rilo and them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Pimp. But you know what I'm saying? But far as like today, Sauce and Finesse 2 times, they have made it cute for these. Like, it be one talking about this shit. Right. My Rilo, you know what I'm saying? Rilo gonna come get grown and sexy on your pimping everything. My mama like the song. She don't even know that talking about working a beat. She and you know, all purpose dress. They going to have wine, sit down and Rilo. You don't even know this Rilo done talked about a full-fledged day of working the hoe.
Right.
But it's so grown and it's so sexy and it's so versatile for a grown person, for in their 50s to like it. You dig what I'm saying?
How is the rap outside of this? Is it straight pimp rapping? It ain't talking about nothing else. You know, some of these rappers, they might mix some of that. They might talk about some. Are they mixing?
They're mixing. A lot of
the pimps mixing it.
But like me, like I've just started. Like I started corresponding to gangster. I'm not gonna talk about selling no drugs.
Okay.
Because I'm some pimping. Now, you know what I'm saying? I might blend it with some G shit and blend it, but you gonna still hear me talk about breaking that hoe. I might talk about pleasuring the woman, getting freaky with the bitch. And you know, pimps hate that shit. All this freaky ass shit. I'm gonna talk about pleasuring the bitch. But I'm gonna still talk about breaking her too. You walking out in public like, oh, you a pimp? Oh, get away from me. Finesse done made it cool in the bit. Break a fuck leave. Come back and do it again.
Right.
It's hoes walking up there. I want to get broke down on the left. You know what I'm saying? Finesse, break a leave. Come back and do it again. I'm talking these hoes like a black visa. You know what I'm saying? It's hoes like, hey, daddy, break the shit out of me like a black visa. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out my man No Love. He just texted me too a few minutes ago.
Ain't my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ain't it, man. Yeah, shout out No Love.
Yeah.
Ain't it, man. Yeah. Hey, out there, them. Real Memphis niggas.
Yeah, you said
bitch on accident.
You said that Memphis about some pimping, huh?
They about that pimping. They about some pimping. That's just bottom line on accident.
Right.
You ain't taking that from them.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.